What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 196 of the Nerd Cave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Diamond, joined along with, as always,
Zach Dykes
and Robbie Rawls.
Guys, before we get started, today's podcast is brought to you by our friends over at audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/nerdcave. And they have a ton of books to choose from for your iPhone, Kindle, Android, or your MP3 player. They have over 180,000 books.
That's a lot of books.
That's like 3 lifetimes worth of books.
Yeah.
I've recently subscribed to Audible, just finished listening to Chris Jericho's autobiography, and now I am listening to Star Wars Bloodline.
Oh, Bloodline. Really good book.
Is it?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's a lot different than an autobiography, but it's good.
Very twisty. I was now, I will let you know, once you get into Star Wars books,
You're going to be hooked.
it's a drug. It'll pull you in, son.
They are the most, produced. Like, they've got all the sound effects in them. Like, once
That
you
kind
go,
of threw me off guard a little bit at first.
Yeah, and, they're all voiced and all of that. Like, the person doing them does all the different voices. And then when you go to someone else's book,
You're just like,
this is not a Star Wars book.
It's like with Jericho's book, it was just a guy reading, but then
Yeah.
with Star Wars, like when that started, they played the music.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to Sarah when I was listening to it, and I'm like, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, listen, and she's like,
I love reading Star Wars books, especially through Audible.
yeah, they're a lot of fun. So again, go to audibletrial.com/nerdcave for your free audiobook and 30-day free trial.
Free.
And with that being said, how are you guys doing?
I was going to say lackluster, but I'm Zach Dykes, so I can't be lackluster. I'm doing okay.
Very meh.
Yeah, it's just been a long, yesterday was a long day. So, but I'm here. We're doing this thing,
We're doing things.
Yeah.
this table.
That's weird. I'm not doing the table.
It's going to be a very weird show, but you know what? That's okay.
And that's okay.
We're in that state of mind.
Yeah.
You know,
That
we
New
might
York
answer
state of
the
mind.
question, what flavor Robbie tastes like by the end of this. Of ice cream. Just
Yeah. Be more specific.
How are you, Robbie? Answer the question, go.
I am doing well. A little bit tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
The Tinkle Fairy came.
Tinkleberry did come. I think I talked about it a little bit on the last podcast. I went and had a doctor's appointment this past week, and he gave me my blood pressure medicine because mine's dangerously high. And
All that
turns
fried
out,
chicken.
it is. I love it. But my blood pressure medicine is also a fluid pill. My doctor forgot to tell me that this is a fluid pill. So about 9:30, I took it before I went to bed. From 9:30 till about 8 o'clock in the morning, I peed 7 different times.
Man, you must feel really good, though.
Oh, I mean,
You've got all the toxins out of your body.
I've honestly,
You look radiant.
It does
like you're
feel
pregnant
really
or
good.
something.
You have zero
I do.
chance of having a kidney stone.
That is so nice. I've had UTIs, and those are bad. I can only imagine.
I remember those days.
can only
Yeah,
imagine.
I remember that story on
Yeah.
this very podcast many
Yeah.
moons
Yeah.
I
ago.
had one, and we were at the youth room, and I went to go use the bathroom, and everybody stopped what they were doing to
Pause the game.
listen to me urinate in agony.
Just through the door, we could hear.
Worst things with those, especially kidney stones, is when you wake up in the morning and you forget you have them, and you go full blast, and you just go. If that doesn't wake you up, nothing will.
I'm not there was something there. I'm going to let it pass. We'll let it pass.
Just like a kidney stone.
yes.
So,
Derek, how are you doing?
I can't even top that story. But no, I'm doing good. Another busy week at work. Did a couple of fun interviews this
Yeah.
week for
Yeah,
my
you
show. Got to interview Ming Chen from Comic Book Men and Bob Bergen, who is a voice actor and also the voice of Porky Pig on Looney Tunes. So
That's
both
lovely.
those guys will be at Pensacon in a
That's
couple
really
of
cool.
weeks. So I'll be releasing those. I'll be releasing one on Thursday. I'm actually releasing 2 episodes this week. Tuesdays is going to be the Arrowverse Roundtable,
Ooh.
which I'm curious to get your thoughts, especially.
Hey,
I'll
I'm
listen to
catching up. Thank you very
You're
much.
catching
I
up.
watched the crossover the other night
Oh, do you got through the Flashes and the and everything?
and Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay. Did you get to the Civil War episode?
I've only watched. I literally
You
just
only-
told you what I.
Oh, you only watched.
I watched all 3 of those.
Okay, so you haven't watched like the second any other episode of
Legends.
Legends.
No, I'm not going to watch that show.
You need to.
Jesus Christ, people, stop trying to tell me to watch other things. I'm getting through Arrow and Flash,
Okay.
and then I
Yeah,
will do other
You
things.
are 100% right. Please trudge through them.
But anyway, that comes out Tuesday. Bob Bergen interview comes out on Thursday. So you get 2 episodes this week.
Nice.
Excited.
Yeah.
And last week you had JDF, Jason David Frank, on, and you were all Go Power Ranger.
It blew up. Like it's
Yeah.
still getting downloads, isn't it?
It's it passed the 3,000 mark
Whoa.
the other day. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very happy.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
pleased.
Thank
Not
you.
about that.
What?
Jeez, conceited much?
Cause I'm happy.
But yeah, very, very excited doing work here.
Work.
There we go.
Work.
I knew
Let me
it would
see you
happen.
do me dirt.
So, y'all ready to move into
After that,
The news
I'm
of the
ready for
week.
After
anything.
that, absolutely.
everybody's like, why are they? They're talking about pee. Next week they'll talk about
We've lost
poop.
half our audience already.
Within the first 10 minutes of the show.
You're welcome.
They'll start talking about poop next week. All right, moving into the news. If you don't know, before we move into the news, every week we put out this show, the Nerd Cave Podcast. You want it early? You go to patreon.com/nerdcave. You can get it early. There it is, right there. If you
There it
don't
is.
want to pay and you want to wait, or you want to get it segment by segment,
Segment.
last week was so much better when I said this. It was like perfect. Segment by segment, day by day. You can go over to youtube.com/nerdcave network and check it out there, or over on our Facebook page, facebook.com/nerdcave network. You can check that out there. Or you can wait till Friday where it comes out on YouTube and podcast services around the world.
Around the world.
All right. That being said, let's move into our first article of the week. Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams on meeting Donald Glover. I almost said Danny Glover. For the Han Solo movie. And I said Han because that's how Billy D says it. The original Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams, has shared his thoughts on meeting Donald Glover for the upcoming standalone Han Solo movie. As spotted by a fan on Twitter, Williams and Glover were having lunch together while discussing where to take Lando next and how different Glover's take on the character from Williams' iconic portrayal. So you can see the picture back there. You can see him in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy back there, just looking at a menu, and Donald Glover just looking out the window like, is this old man? Why is this old man here? I don't know him.
I wonder what he's drinking. If it's
That's
if it's special beverage that he promotes.
You mean the
Let's-
cold malt liquor?
Cold
Looks like a
malt.
mimosa. I don't even know what a mimosa looks like. While doing an
not a
interview
mimosa.
with the Hollywood Reporter, Williams explained that Glover simply just wanted to meet and get to know him and figure out the best way to use Williams' performance in developing this different, younger Lando. Glover has his own ideas for the character, and Williams believes that Glover's eccentric personality is key to his performance as the beloved smuggler. He is particularly eclectic in the way he approaches his art, Williams said. When I talked to him, I really got the sense that being a worldly person. Lando goes on to say, never thought of anybody else being Lando, and he's not ready to say goodbye to him just yet. So originally, Billy D was like, no, like the Steve Carell on The Office. That was that was him when they God no. But he's kind of changed his mind now that he
good.
sees who's playing him, seeing where it's going. He goes on to say, but I'm not saying goodbye to the character. It's still very much a part of my life. I created that character, and you can't take him away from me. So what are y'all thoughts on that?
I like it. I like it a lot because it shows that he's really wanting to get into the character. He's wanting to learn where this character has been so he can kind of mirror it because, this is a younger version
Would
of him.
he be a mirror master?
Maybe.
I like how he's making these jokes that we've been wanting to make, and he finally gets to make them.
Mirror Master's been a freaking Flash villain for years.
I know, but it's only become super relevant in the shows. But it's cool.
Whatever.
I'm just giving you a hard time. But I like it because he's like, all right, this is where Lando is. And, Glover wants to kind of put his own spin on it, but kind of take it in a similar route. So, I mean, I like it.
No, I agree with everything you said. I think, if anything, it shows respect for the role that he is meeting with the person who made it famous. And kind of taking what Billy D did in Empire and Jedi, but also adding his twist on it, because he's a younger Lando, so there's obviously going to be some differences between the two versions.
I want him to be super cocky.
I'm sure he will be.
And I also think with that line you said about Billy D not wanting to let go of the character just yet, I think he's going to have a cameo in Episode 8.
Yeah, they asked about it, and he said that he'd be up for it, but they haven't asked him yet.
So I think he's in it.
I'm about to say, I think actors and actresses say that, but they're like, oh, I'm really in it, but I'm just not going to tell you.
I'm not sure what you meant by that question.
Thanks, Alexa.
She doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
And you know what I don't like? This whole Ben Affleck bull crap.
I know.
It just won't die.
Derek Daniel asked, thoughts on Ben Affleck stepping down as director of Batman movie? Is this a result of everyone asking him about the movie, or do you think he got in over his head? So, I'm going to read an article. After we discuss it, we're going to talk about why we think Ben Affleck stepped down. What are your thoughts on that? I think he's being a pansy, but
I think he needs to put his big boy pants on and direct the freaking movie, because that's what had me so excited about this movie, was that Ben Affleck was over it. And, because I trust his genius. He knows the character. I mean, we've already seen him as this character, and we loved him as it. And I've heard rumors saying that could this also mean that he will no longer be Batman either?
That's unfounded.
No that's dumb.
Stop being stupid, people.
Yeah. I mean, I think he might have gotten in over his head, and I think a lot of getting hounded, left and right about the movie, about creative differences and stuff like that, and people bringing it up and up and up and up and up and up.
He signed on for that. That's what happens.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Like any Batman movie is a big movie. So
anytime you're in a movie, if you're a director of a movie, guess what? You're going to get asked questions a lot.
Derek never got asked questions, so that's not true.
Why are we doing this, Derek? Why are you making us do this? He got them all the time.
Well, I'm saying I'm saying from the press. So, Derek, what are your thoughts on
the
it?
way you phrased it was a lot nicer than what was asked, but that's okay. I think, not to sound like a cop-out, but I honestly don't know. I mean, it could be him caving under the pressure. His statement was that he wanted to dedicate 100% of his time and effort to playing the character and not have to worry about the director aspect of it, which I can get it, because this movie is going to have a lot of pressure behind it. Because as device as the opinion has been of the DC movies so far, everyone can agree that the Nolan Batman movies were amazing. Yeah. So expectations are going to be extremely high for this. So maybe he has someone in mind that he would like to work with. I know Zack Snyder is a rumored person. I don't think that should happen.
Tim Burton.
That either. But I don't know. I if he's doing it for that reason, I can understand it.
I just want a Batman movie. Like, I want a good Batman movie, and if he doesn't think he can do both the jobs, then let him focus on being Batman and stop like, oh, he's not going to be Batman now, so we're going to have to recast Batman.
Shia LaBeouf.
John Hamm.
As Batman.
If that happens, John Hamm, like I said, freaking 3 years ago.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shut up! I will murder you with this microphone. Shia LaBeouf. He's a cannibal.
Hey, he stopped Decepticons in 3 different movies.
Blah, blah, blah. We'll get to that one in a minute. Now, Derek, you hit on this point about who's going to direct it. The Batman. These directors are rumored to be on the short list to replace Affleck. Matt Reeves, George Miller, and several others in contention. As one of the brothers continues its search for a director to helm the Batman following Ben Affleck's departure, a list of directors rumored to be in contention to helm the DC movies have surfaced. According to Forbes, several names are floating around already, with a short list of contenders that includes George Miller, which made Mad Max, Matt Reeves, which did Cloverfield, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Gavin O'Connor, Warrior, and The Accountant, and Dennis Villeneuve. Dennis
I hope he
Villeneuve.
directs it.
Prisoners and Arrival, and Matt Ross, Captain Fantastic, are all on the list. So, who's your... You want Dennis, whatever his name is.
If George Miller did it, that would be awesome.
You know he was going to do a Justice League movie.
Oh, long time ago.
I cannot talk today, guys. I'm sorry. I've tried my hardest.
Because George Miller is a beast.
Oh, yeah.
The man was in his 60s, and he spent over a year making Mad Max, which is visually one of the best movies I've ever seen, period.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still got the passion for it. He's still got his... he's a very talented director. Out of those choices, I would say him. And it's not even a competition to me.
Yeah, I agree. I want George Miller over it.
George Miller's the obvious first choice, but the guy who made the Accountant and all that stuff, I think it was the second one you said. Dennis. Was it Dennis?
He made Arrival.
Oh, I can't remember. But George
Allie,
Miller.
did you close out that one? Hold on just a second.
It's okay. It's okay. We can move on.
It'll be okay. We'll deal with it.
It was one of those other ones.
It was a guy that did stuff that directed
But
this.
we all know George Miller is the fan favorite.
Yes.
I want Frank Miller.
Sure, why not?
But
That would be very interesting. It would probably be terrible, but I would go see it.
but by the end of it, like the art style would change and it'd just be really crappy.
Gavin O'Connor. That guy.
Oh, Gavin O'Connor.
The final fight is a bunch of
shillelagh.
stick figures fighting each other.
Like, sorry guys, Frank just got tired.
Yeah. He just said, screw it.
Now, one article that I read that was quite interesting, and one of the directors that everyone was like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's done Flash. He's done Supergirl. Was Kevin Smith, and Kevin was just like, ha, 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 that's funny. No. But Kevin and his co-host of Fat Man on Batman,
Mark Bernardin.
were talking about this idea. Kevin Smith thinks Batman should go the Star Wars route. While sharing his thoughts on Ben Affleck's reasons for dropping out as director, as well as who he thinks should replace him on the Batman film, Kevin Smith revealed he thinks Warner Brothers should go the Star Wars route with the character. While the topic began with Fat Man on Batman co-host Mark Bernardin suggesting a noir kung fu mashup with a minimal budget starring the Cape Crusader. Smith took that thought one step further and suggested different annual installments. Get on that schedule, Smith said, and throw him around to everybody. Just make a bunch. Make the Kung Fu one. Make the ridiculously expensive one. Make one in space. Make Justice League Dark. Every year, there needs to be a Batman movie. Smith said in the publishing line, he's not put in a special box. Bernardin added the character has enough villains to sustain that schedule. You don't get to the bottom of the barrel until you are 9 movies in before you're like, Calendar Man? Sure. So, do y'all think that could be a way to take Batman, doing him annually?
Is it possible? Yes. Would it make money? Yes. Will they do it? No.
No, they wouldn't. They won't.
They wouldn't, but I would be 100% down with it because, even though we crap on the older Batmans, I enjoy watching Batman no matter what it's in. If it's Tim Burton that directed it or Nolan that directed it, I enjoy watching Batman.
I don't mind Tim Burton. It's Joel Schumacher that I mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
Schumacher. Oh, Shoe.
No,
I still say
do not sully Shuhei's name. I will murder you with this microphone. That's the second reference to murdering you today. Just want everyone to know if he goes dead is by my hands.
today's episode titled Murder and Urine.
That's a headline if I've ever seen one. But, I wish they would do it like Star Wars where we have one each year because, out of anybody, the villains in Batman and the comics are just so many great ones, and you could have multiple movies on just the Joker.
Think of the stories you could adapt. We could finally get that live action Heart of Ice movie.
Oh yeah, Hush.
Yes.
Hush would be amazing.
You
get all like you do like a bunch of like solo films with all the different villains, and then you do Hush.
Court of Owls.
Because that uses all the villains, but it works.
Yeah. Court of Owls would be awesome. Death of the Family would be cool. There's so many Batman storylines that could be done, and original ones as well. But I think adapting some of the more iconic stories would be great. And if that happened, that'd be awesome. Do you think Ben Affleck would stay on as the only Batman, or would you have to cast a Batman for each film?
That's a lot of time
Yeah.
to dedicate. I mean, I would like him to.
And I mean, he would make a lot of money, but how many times do you see a actor want to reprise the same role where he doesn't
Hugh
have
Jackman.
Yeah.
but he wasn't in a movie every single year.
It felt like it.
Yeah. You end that run with Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, and you get John Hamm to do it. not Batfleck, John Hamm.
Just
for
bring
that one.
him in for Dark Knight Returns.
Or you get Peter Wells.
Yeah. I can only imagine your reaction in the theater. Oh my god.
Sanctuary! Sanctuary!
Oh god.
I love it. I
You would
love
get
it. I
thrown
love it.
out.
I would get thrown out. I couldn't watch that movie in public.
We have to have a special screening just for
Yeah.
that.
Yes.